Not today, pal. Not today.
Feitelberg, thank you for joining us, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is insane.
So happy you're here. The host of one of my favorite podcasts I've ever done.
No way.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
thank you very much.
I walked in. We did KFC. I think I walked in. It felt like 5 minutes, and they were like, "That was 2.5 hours."
Yeah, we were on for a long time.
And there were guys outside like waiting for me to come do their pod, and they looked like dead by the time I came out. I was like, "Guys, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Well, we were in there forever."
That was a long
That's
time.
the best,
It was
though.
fun. Yeah, it flew by.
It was. I was very nervous before that too. I was, and I'm so nervous right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why I
Nah.
get nervous doing shows, but I do.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
I'm
But not
used to
for your
being-
own.
Not really for my own. For some guests here and there.
Yeah.
But like
Big ones like me.
But yeah, like Rob.
Rob
Well, I
Rob.
knew you. Well, my girlfriend is a massive fan of you both, so
Oh.
I have a little extra pressure with you guys.
Yeah. So what happened was I always try and be on time. You know,
do.
maybe listen, if you're 2 minutes late, it's okay. I'm from New York. I just got fucking Waymo'd. I just got last pod. I was like, I took my first Waymo. And I only had to take it like 6 blocks. It was incredible because I didn't have to talk to anybody. There was no tip at the end. I was farting. I was like, this is and it really was. Like I was like, this is fucking great. I'm like singing and I'm like, oh, I'm not embarrassed that I'm like singing shit. I got in a Waymo here and I'm like, cool, a Waymo. It's supposed to take me 12 minutes to get here. It took over 26 minutes to get here. And we have a video here. Let's look. Guys, this thing has taken me fucking, I don't even know where.
And you can't tell. You can't
can't
talk
say,
to
and
it.
it dropped me off 3 blocks away because.
Back roads of Texas just to sit around.
Am I missing the steering wheel? Is that a Jaguar?
Yeah.
I hate
Look at this. No one's in
everything
front of
about a
us.
Waymo.
Go, bud. Go, bud. What are we doing?
The fact that you feel comfortable having a machine drive you around, I can't.
I-
can't.
A human would. Be
I always go back and forth with this, where I'm like,
disobeying the speed limit right now.
See, it goes the speed limit.
Sucks.
it follows the law.
Yeah. Like, what are you, retarded? Stupid machine. But the first time I got in, I'm like, this is the best. Second time I get in, I'm like, this is the worst. Like, right away, I'm done with AI. I'm done with autonomous vehicles.
I'm so with you. Like I was talking about this with Danny actually yesterday. Where like with technology, I'm gonna become like a conservative old man. Where
yeah,
like,
of course.
Yes.
like because it's not out of the realm of possibility that like say in 25 years I have a kid and they come home and they're like, Dad, I want you to meet my robot girlfriend. And I would be like, not in this fucking house, not under my roof. Are you having to say like it's flesh or any flesh you want, but
That's
fucking
right.
flesh.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know, but then maybe 25 years from now, we might be like, God, I hope they bring home a robot.
No,
You know,
why?
I don't know.
See,
Who knows?
I
'Cause
don't
people might
get-
be so crazy.
But what do you like? What Waymos are one thing because they obviously serve a purpose and they can help. But like
Barely.
Well, the crazy part you told me on the way in was that it can't go on the highway.
Right, that's the thing. So normally I get here in 12 minutes. I would have been here with time to spare. I'm 10 minutes late because this thing is crawling. And like, it when it has the right of way, it still just lets people, like, it's kind of
Oh,
like,
and it's polite.
It's
Yeah.
Son of a
polite.
bitch.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
yeah,
Wait, so is
Waymo's
there
no
a-
alpha.
Waymo's a pussy.
Yeah.
Is there an option on Uber for Waymo?
No, it just showed up. And it dropped
What
me
do you
off
mean?
3.
It like knew you needed a ride? I don't understand.
Oh, no. I said,
call
give
it.
me an Uber, and then this showed up.
Yeah,
Oh.
that.
It doesn't let you know.
But can you cancel it if it's a Waymo?
Oh, yeah, well, you could cancel anytime. But
I
then
know,
also,
but you
like,
get penalized sometimes for canceling.
yeah, there's 3 buttons in the back, and it's like pull over, support, or something else. I forget. It's like end, but it dropped me off 3 blocks away, and I can't be like, bro, it's actually over there.
Wait,
So I'm
it
just like
dropped you off
walking.
3
Yeah, it's like 95 degrees out. I'm walking in the hoodie late. I'm like, cause they're fucking like I'm just angry at technology. Yeah, we're old men.
The-
I'm so glad you're done with Waymos. I don't feel safe with you in them.
But it's not even my choice. They just send them.
Yeah, and I'd be the same way as you. Like, I'll sit here into a microphone, motherfucking a Waymo. But if a Waymo shows up, I'm like, well, out of my hands. I got to get in it.
What am I gonna do?
Never. You'll never see me in a
You'll
Waymo.
never. I guarantee you'll be in a driverless car before
Never.
2026.
Never. before 2026. That's a few months away.
But I'm saying before the end of 2026.
Nope.
During 2026,
Not
you will
a
be in a
chance.
driverless car.
Not a
I'm
fucking
gonna
chance.
I'm gonna force you into one.
Not a fucking chance. I
Now,
will never.
Can I ask you if you were in an Uber and the guy was like driving horribly? Would you
Yeah.
speak up in that situation?
Yes.
Oh, see, that I wouldn't, which is why I'd get into a robotic car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell him anything anyway.
Never.
Right. But I would say something in like a very me way where I'll be like, "Oh my god, you know what? I need to get out right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
pull over?"
Yeah. I have a problem.
Yeah.
My mom used to get into taxis, and even I remember feeling the embarrassment even at like 10 years old. She would get into a taxi, sit down, and
I
go,
know this.
"P.U." and like and I was like, my mom would do it all the time.
Is that a New York thing? The P.U.
Yeah.
Or is it an East Coast thing? So I was like, I never said anything smelled bad. It was always P.U. What does
Yeah.
that
Really?
stand for?
And she'd be like, "Oh, sir," like polite, like using a polite name for him, but also being like, "You're so gross."
Dude, my mom was that mom too, where like I think I have actually it makes sense with because you're so clean and I remember you're packing to New York. My mom would walk into a room when we were kids. I have 3 other siblings. And she would just be like, "Ugh, who has their shoes off?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Oh God, I'm a stinky monster." And now like I'm just very particular about being clean.
My mom's husband had a friend who she would make leave his shoes in the hallway of our building, and then people like our neighbors would be like, "That is disgusting. Put them in your apartment," and they would like it was a problem.
Well,
his shoes got Kevin Malone.
it was really
Well,
disgusting.
you can't leave shoes that are stinky in a public hallway.
But you couldn't put them in the apartment because the whole apartment would smell. So it's like, okay, you smell it in the hallway for 30 seconds while you're waiting for the elevator, but then
Right.
you're free of the smell for
In your
hours.
house.
While he's hanging out, 'cause he was such a nice guy. He was a really
the
sweet
worst
guy.
feet.
Like a lot of things, but yeah, not.
Is that still
nice
a
guy.
thing? Do feet stink? I
Yes,
feel like
my
people-
kids. I had to buy him little like deodorant satchels to put in his shoes when he comes home from school because they reek.
That makes sense. I'm just around less children now.
Yeah, but you know what's kind of like
Prepubescent boys.
I remember the first time like growing up where you're told like you stink and you're kind of like yeah
Oh yeah,
You know? like
boys
where
wanna
now I'm
smell.
like oh
Wait,
no.
you liked it?
Well, it like kind of made me feel like you're going through puberty, you know? Like I remember the first time the doctor like looked me over and then told my mom like he's starting puberty, and like I remember like 3 armpit hairs, and then someone's like, my mom's like, I think you have to start using deodorant. I'm like, yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, throw me the Old
It
Spice,
is such
and
a
like,
flex.
yeah, you're 10 years old putting on like the red Old Spice, like because that was all my grandpa used, so they were like, yeah, here,
That's what I still use.
really.
But I didn't hit puberty. I honestly, if you put me on a lie detector test, I wouldn't even know when to tell you I hit puberty. I don't even have a guess.
Were you always a bigger guy? Were you
not,
always
not really.
just average?
It's just like average, and then I honestly don't. I don't know when it happened.
You don't worry, because my son is 12 and they're all talking about who has ball hair and who
Well-
has. Did you do that with your friends?
Of course.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I lied constantly, being like, yes, I definitely have bald hair.
So much. What do I do with all this ball hair, guys? Yeah.
I remember one time in the showers, like after practice, I'm sure everyone was lying, but I was also lying, talking about having sex. And I was like, I only do it for like 40 minutes though. And the guys were like, yeah, it's about me too. And then like 20 years later, I was like, I think we were all lying.
I just start to stink so bad after 40 minutes. I gotta stop, you know? Dude, I remember I never went to like I went one time for like 3 days. It was the worst thing ever. But I never went to like the sleepaway camp that all the like kids with money were going to, because I went to public school, so you had kids with money, you had the broke kids. And they'd be like, oh, we're at this beautiful summer camp, and it's like in the pictures, and they'd come back from something, you'd be like, what? And they were like, oh yeah, and one night we all measured our dicks in the bunk and this, and I was like, oh, I think all you guys are gay. I was like, I don't think you guys realize that's a gay. That's a
That's
gay
not
thing.
a normal thing to do.
Well,
Compare
like,
a penis size.
yeah, but compare and so, but they were like, no, we all like sat around and like measured it all like
It's
in the
gay.
bunk. I mean, I don't know, but also I'm from the thing of like, I was never in like when you did sports in New York City, you didn't shower with the guy. So like, I wasn't in that culture.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Where some guys who like, these kids in
Well,
camp
Cutter
were.
said, my husband played baseball. He's like, I've seen more penis
Oh.
than anyone.
And he knows how like different races
Yes.
shit differently. Yeah.
Wait, who shits
So-
the best?
Dominican guys
there-
stand on the toilet.
Yeah, there's a.
What does that mean?
That's what he said.
He said half the Dominican guys, when they would shit, would put their feet on the seat and just squat, because growing up they would shit in like holes in the ground, so that's the position that they're used to. It's actually Annie told us the healthy and correct position to take a poopy, but so he would know because they would be in the stall, but their heads would be like up over the door because they were on the seat like
It's
that.
like the magic trick when they saw the woman in half, where it's like, where are the legs?
I'd fall off.
Yeah,
Right,
I wouldn't.
that
That's
takes
a lot of
some core.
responsibility.
I
That's
would
a lot of
not
core
be able to
strength.
do it. Yeah, they're far more flexible
They are.
and I guess capable than I am. Because if that was the way to do it, I would just never.
If somebody
poop.
was like, "I'll pay you $1 million to take a poop like this," you'd be like, "I don't know if I
Too
can."
bad,
Yeah.
dude.
And also, like the whole point, a lot of times when you poop, you sit down, you're like, ugh, like it's like a relaxing
Yeah.
thing. Now there's like, imagine finishing a baseball game. You're like, now I have to stand on the toilet
It's a
to
workout.
poop.
Yeah.
That's a tough. I don't know. That's a tough.
Shout
go.
out to people that can poop like that.
It's like they invented the squatty potty.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a reverse engineer. Squatty Potty was like, wait, what is everyone in China doing?
Yeah.
Because everyone in Japan who's living to be 100. How are
That's
they
right.
pooping?
That's right.
Into a hole.
We're trying to poop the same way, but they smoke a cigarette while they're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. When you need to poop at the club,
Ew!
but there's no lock on the
Oh.
door. Wow, that's so insane.
I can't believe I forgot to bring this up. This happened like 2 days ago. I was at the social club, I think. I don't know. It's just some restaurant.
Yeah.
And the door had the thing where it says like vacant, occupied.
Uh-huh.
Said vacant, didn't knock, walked in and saw a man shitting. And I think it was my first time as an adult walking in on something like that.
Did you lock eyes?
Locked eyes. It was the most vulnerable position I've ever seen a man in. Like
It's rough.
knees touching. He's like when you're taking your dog on a walk.
Was he
and
on
it's
the
like looking
phone?
up at you. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
you're like, dude, just go to the bathroom by yourself. Why are you looking at me? Like that.
Hey, dogs love to lock
They
eyes.
love
when they
locking
shit.
eyes.
yeah, and
And-
tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
You gonna pick this up?
Yeah.
But then I walked out and I saw my girlfriend. I was like, we gotta get out of here. Like
I
I
know.
can't
You
have this
can't
guy
see
come
him
out
again.
and see him again.
No.
I
So we
forget
left.
where it was, but it happened to me once in my, and it really does leave. That's gonna be with you for years,
Forever.
Because you're just like, wow, it was, because then not only that, but they also have the frantic like.
Yeah.
the girl way of like now, like, and you're just like, oh, I'm so, and you're like, yeah, and now you're like, I can't wait outside the bathroom to go now.
No, yeah,
Or, I
no.
never want to see this person.
Let's
ever
get in the
again.
car. We'll go find another one.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I don't have to go to the bathroom now or later.
Yeah.
I'm done with the bathroom.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
It
I'm
was-
surprised you're even here.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
You have you left your house since
I did a
then?
Zoom therapy last
Yeah,
night.
good
I was
for
like,
you.
Yeah, you've recovered. Shout out to BetterHelp. Yeah. we'll put that in the next ad. Did you walk in on someone shitting today? Are
You need
worried
someone
it's
to
gonna
talk to
scar you
about
for
it.
life? Yeah. Well, speaking of Barstool, I have a clip that recently happened that I wanna show you, and I think I would like Jamie to know what's going on over at Barstool.
I would love to.
Okay. Hello, Jeff. Jeff Nadu is here.
How are you? Jeff Nadu has joined the set.
Don't. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Don't touch me.
Don't touch him.
Because let's just settle it now. Why don't we do this? You're a big tough guy. Let's go in the room. No cameras. And we'll see who comes out. Relax. You want to do it? You don't want to do it. No.
Whoa, Rico, sit over here.
Let's put it to rest.
Rico, sit over here. Sit over here.
Let's see who comes out.
No.
A fucking alone. You midget fuck. You're going to die alone. No one loves you. What if he died? You're going to die alone. You miserable fuck.
Bosco, enough. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Said don't do it. I said don't fucking do it. It's his fucking idea. And your fucking guy couldn't sell anything.
Well, let's do the picks. 5 picks, walk out. I said hello. That was it.
He did say hello. That's it.
You got my fucking dad, bro.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I could have slapped him across the head or
Oh,
something.
Right, like
I
you did
didn't.
Nicky Smokes, but then no.
I didn't.
you didn't.
All right.
But I didn't bitch out with you, though. But I didn't bitch out with you. I didn't bitch out with you.
Get the mic and let's make it 2 for 2. Let's make it 2 for 2.
Well, I actually like him, unlike you.
A lot of beef.
You're a fucking scumbag.
Yeah? How much of a fucking scumbag?
Dude, I love Rico.
I think. Oh, I'm so happy you brought up this clip and you love Rico.
Oh, love Rico.
I think Rico is the only person who's acting sane in this video.
Let me tell you about DraftKings. I've teamed up with DraftKings Casino to bring you one of their biggest fan favorite games, Huff and More Puff. It's packed with flying pigs, massive wins, and the big bad wolf ready to blow the house down. Whether you're chasing jackpots or spinning for fun, this game never quits.
That's right. Here's the deal for new players. You play just $5 and you get 500 total casino spins on Huff and More Puff. That's 50 spins per day for 10 days. Plus, you'll get a first day replay up to 1,000 in casino credits if you hit a loss.
Jump into the action with bypass features like Mega Hat, Buzzsaw, or the Mansion feature. Boost your winnings with hard hat symbols, spin the prize wheels for jackpots, bonuses, or instant wins, and build your house into big payouts.
Download the DraftKings Casino app, sign up using our promo code NOTTODAY, and start spinning today. If DraftKings Casino isn't in your state, you can still play DraftKings Daily Fantasy for a shot at real cash prizes.
Thanks to DraftKings Casino for sponsoring this. Now, go hit those spins and claim your crown.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days, valid for featured game only, and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Guys, fall is officially here. That means football season, yard work, and long sleeve fits. If you want to stay looking and smelling fresh, you've got to get Mando deodorant. Listen, I got my Mando right here. What more proof do you need? You want to see? You want to see my little armpit hairs on there, huh? Can you see them? There you go. That's proof, baby. I mean, what more can you say? Everybody know I use Mando. This is the one I use, Mount Fuji. Yeah, and if you think I just rubbed this somewhere and then cut off my own armpit hair and placed it on there just for this ad, then you're paranoid and probably should check yourself into some kind of institution. And when you're in the institution, tell your roommates to listen to Not Today, pal. It's not just for your pits. Mando is made to control odor and sweat any and everywhere you need it. With double protection, premium ingredients, and clinical strength sweat control, you don't have to worry about sweat stains or pit rings anymore. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code NOTTODAY at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness. Oh, wow. Okay.
So, Jamie, you obviously disagree because it's clearly been...
I don't necessarily disagree. Give me more context.
No, like anyone who just saw that video should disagree.
Okay.
But this has been happening for 6 years.
Yes.
Where like they just keep bringing this guy to mess with him, and eventually you just have to fight. Like for 6 years, it's been they bicker and they yell at each other, and like the story has to evolve eventually.
Right.
You gotta fight.
Yeah.
Like there's no other reason to have him on the
Where
on the
else
show.
does this go?
Yeah, there's no they've had that. What we just saw, that's happened 100 times.
Oh my god.
So like it's got to get physical now. I'm not even like a fighter, but at some point we got to escalate it.
Hey, you know why I'm happy you say this too? Because I'm so sick of the kind of like online people who now just so stick to that thing of like, well, he stayed calm, he won.
Yes.
It's like, not always.
Right.
Like, I don't believe that. Like, just because you're calm, you won the thing. Like, you know, I like that people are siding with Rico. Listen, you're a rider, right?
I'm a rider, of course.
I'm a rider. Yeah, I'm a rider. And listen,
a Rico rider?
Yeah.
a Rico rider.
Oh wait, that's not a thing. I thought that's
No, it is.
No,
What is
yeah,
it?
Rico rider.
I don't agree with
Yeah.
I don't
I
agree
like
with
it.
the stuff he did with the Taliban
No.
and stuff like that. But I'm
He
a
was
rider.
in it.
The plot thickens.
Allegedly, yeah. Listen,
Wait, so
He's
the
gonna be so
guy,
pissed I said that.
so the guy that stayed calm.
Yes.
Let me ask you both this,
Jeff Nadu.
Jeff Nadu. If somebody was coming in your face like that, and okay, it's a joke, but
It's
like
not a joke.
all right, but meaning like he's understanding that like, you know, this is for a show. I'm here for a reason to ignite a reaction. As a man, after a certain point, is there just like some sort of impulse that takes over? It's like, I can't take a person screaming in my face any longer. Like, I'm shocked that he didn't reach out and slap him across the face.
My guess is like at Barstool, I believe it's been made pretty clear we can't hit each other. So like there was a push once a few years ago.
Walker.
I think
Do you think
Walker.
he's fighting
That
the urge
seems-
though? And would you have to fight the urge if you were in that? Because meaning just like I just can imagine
tell
that
you.
causing like a visceral response to be like, there's no thought process anymore. It's
See,
just like,
Jamie, the Rico riders. That's allegedly, this is in Taliban.
He's got one
Wow.
very funny clip where he's so angry.
I want that sweatshirt.
They got pictures of me in the Taliban.
Yeah, he's like, when is it enough?
Where's the line?
Yeah. See, I could tell you when you're talking about like when do you get set off, I could like, obviously now I've been sober for 12 years, but back when I was an alcoholic, there were times where I remember feeling someone's breath on you once you're in a bar and things are starting to get heated, and that's kind of when you just lose it. I
Yes.
think,
You
because
see
it's
red.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, and most of the time, like I'm a little guy, you were like, I'm ready to get beat up now. You know? Like, you're like, let's go. This is enough. I'm ready. Let's get beat up. You know.
But in that,
Yeah.
Jamie, to explain a little more to you, like Nadu is, I guess, the instigator. So he doesn't even work at Barstool. Rico does. And he's kind of just like an instigator. So I think it's easy to stay calm when you're like, I know he can't hit me. And I'm doing my job, which is just to piss you off.
Got it.
And
Right.
he can't do anything about it.
Got
So like I'm chill. But
Yeah.
but maybe I could be wrong on that.
No, and
Or
also
maybe
here's
they gave
the
him
thing.
like a little substance to take the edge off.
Here's the thing. He was told way leading up to this, you're going to come in. So he knew, okay, Rico's
knew
probably
his
going to get
job.
really angry. Where Rico thought he was doing his show. It would like, if we're doing this show right now and you brought in my mortal enemy to my left and we're like, hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
So it's a very different thing from the guy who knows, like, I'm going in here to piss someone off,
Right.
you know?
Right. Well, I don't like the bangs.
Yeah.
I already can tell
That's
you
pretty
that.
much the whole look.
yeah.
That dominates the look.
I don't like the look.
Nedu. Let's see here. Yeah, there's go down. There's better pictures that we could find that are a little. No, there's ones that are even less flattering.
Is that a fade? Is that what we call that?
I actually genuinely don't know what you would ask of the bartender.
Oh yeah, sorry,
bar-
Nadu. Yeah.
Barber.
Oh wow, that's a rough one.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Yeah, but what that's a cool one. I like that one. Shout out. You know, sometimes when you play like poker, they ask you for like a photo. I'm gonna start using that one. I really like that. They yeah. Some people say Jamie his haircut is a little Amish. I would never say that, but
Amish.
some people.
Well, yeah. See that one where it's like bangs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you can
yeah,
see
yeah.
that somebody like perfectly did a straight line across.
Yeah. Can you just go back to the video of that we were watching, the clip? I think that's
That's
a
his Pauly D era.
yeah, great era for him. I
for
love
him.
that photo. See,
Oh.
This year.
Jeff Nadu has joined the set.
yeah, some people say
that's the
Amish,
first
but
one.
yeah. So
Don't-
pause it here.
Don't talk.
But he also claims to be a huge ladies' man, right? Nadu?
He that's his claim is that he can pick up. I believe it's Latinas. He specifically is
we have a Latino right here. What do you think, James? On behalf of the
I'm
Latino,
half.
on behalf of the Latino women, do you find yourself half drawn to Jeff Nadu?
No.
Okay. We love you, Jeff.
I like that.
Yeah, that's not.
fan of the
it's-
bangs.
look, I only have eyes for Cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they look alike, no?
Nothing personal. But listen, back in the day, you know. Back in the day, you never knew with me.
Yeah, Jeff Nadu and Rico is kind of like me and Cutter's text message, our text chain sometimes.
Yes,
we
you too.
we
you
get
too
into
do,
it.
and I love it. I love it. Because sometimes I'm like, Rob is my voice.
Yeah, well, because sometimes, especially what we get into too, is like we argue about who to follow with sports betting. Because like I like to follow guys who are extremely boring but are like mathematical and have proven to be winners, and he likes to follow the guys who like have a brick of money up to their head and use it like a phone, and are like, I just won 800 parlays in a row. He's like, this guy's awesome. He's like, and I'm like, no, dude, we can't watch these guys. We're gonna lose with these, and we'll argue back and forth. He'll send me clips of guys who have lost 300 parlays in a row. He's like, we got to take this one. And I'm like, no, we can't. We're going to lose.
It's like watching the roulette wheel. Like, it hasn't been red in a while.
Yeah. No,
exactly
it's like
what he said.
it's like watching the roulette wheel and there's no red on the wheel, and he's like, "We gotta bet red," and I'm like, "No, bro, you can't." Like, I think this guy's in jail right now. Like the sports bettor who he wants to take his bet. I'm like, I think this guy's in prison.
See, I kind of go with Cutter. I'm like, he's in jail.
Yeah, right.
He's got to know something.
Yeah, but not in. He's not like in Casino when they were like running the prison, or like in Goodfellas where they're like they're slicing garlic and everything. He's like. He got caught like with no registration on his car, and he's in like a really shitty situation.
I'm like when it comes to sports betting though, I'm like Kramer, where it's just like if anyone tells me anything, I'm like, well, this guy fucking knows. You know what I mean? Like his mother was a mother. Like I'll bet on if someone tells me like you should take this bet, I'm like done. What I don't care what it is.
100%. Yeah, that's how when I was drinking, that's how I was 100%. Anything. There'd be some guy at the bar drunker than me, being like, yeah, the Celtics tonight. Is somebody's. I'm like, yep, it's gotta be.
Dude, that guy's drunk. He
That's
must
a
be from
sign.
Boston.
Yeah, and then I lose, and I'm like, what's up with that guy at the end of the bar? He doesn't. He's not the answer.
With gambling though, like my gambling because I don't bet like big numbers or anything like that. Like I'm just doing it for the fun, like for the camaraderie. So that's why if someone says something, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Like I'll go with whatever you're going with because that makes the game more fun to
Because
watch.
it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I was like when I had to explain my gambling to women I was dating, I would say something like, if I take you out to dinner and I spend $200, or if I go out on a first date, spend $200, let's say, on, if I'm eating and there's drinks, if she's drinking, whatever. And then maybe maybe we have a bad time, and now that $200 is gone. But I would go, but if I take the $200 and I put it on the Knicks tonight, I'm guaranteed 3 hours of fun, and half the time I double my money. That's it.
It's a pretty logical argument.
They would almost all go,
Always logical.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that kind of, I'm like, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. They'd be like, who are the Knicks playing tonight? I mean, let's fucking go. Yeah.
All right, I'll go down to the bodega. You put in the bet.
Yeah. Dude, my friend just texted me. He runs a poker game, and all the guys at the poker game put in $200 each. He went and bought $2,000 worth of Powerball tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's 1.7 now, I think.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit.
Would you tell
how do you
anyone
check
if you
those?
won?
No, God,
No one, right?
Absolutely.
Not until I
No.
cash the ticket, but then I cash the ticket, I tell
I
everybody.
would.
Really?
never
I don't
do-
think I'd tell anyone.
Oh, James, you'd know. When I walk in holding the brick full of money to my head, and I'm like, we did it, baby.
I think I would do. Like there's that meme that goes around. Like you wouldn't know if I hit the lottery, but there'd be signs.
Yeah.
I don't even think there'd be signs. I think like I wouldn't tell any. It would be the biggest secret I ever kept.
Yeah, same.
Really?
Same.
See, I'm not at all. Because I would live in a 10,000 square foot house with just my couch and a bed. And you'd be like, wait a minute. I thought I'd have a lot of explaining to do.
See, I don't like. I don't think I'd move. I don't know. Like I just like my apartment, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Look,
I
who
read
knows? If I had $1 billion tomorrow,
I would just want space for friends to visit. That's it.
Yeah.
Like now I live in a fucking one bedroom. My friends can't stay anywhere.
I read some crazy statistic that like 33% of people that win the lottery claim bankruptcy at some point.
that
of course.
makes sense. I feel like.
And that, listen,
Actually, I don't think it does. I always just kind of say that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think it does. I
Right?
don't.
Like 33%? Like, really?
If you got $1 billion, and obviously that's not what you.
insane.
I don't know
Which,
that's
right, after tax, if you take the lump sum, right? And then after taxes, you've got what? 300 million
3,
left?
4, something like that. Yeah.
I would allot a certain amount for like each family member.
Mhm.
I would, either upgrade the house, pay off the house. I mean, obviously. And then invest.
Say it.
Robert, what?
You'd give me how much?
If I had 300 million,
Yeah.
I would give you 10.
Love it.
That's a great number.
That's great.
I'd give
That's
each
very
family
sweet.
member, I don't have a big family, so like each family member 10. No one in Cutter's family though. I'm kidding.
Christmas is gonna be a little different at the dice store. Yeah.
You get a cashmere sweater this year.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine the couch, like your family sitting on this couch with fur coats on and everything, and then Cutter's family on the other couch?
Eating Lunchables.
No, I would never.
Look at this, Jamie.
Okay, so let me give you some backstory, guys, about Skims. All right, it ain't just for the ladies. So Cutter's favorite thing to do, one of his favorite things to do, would be to send me whenever Skims was having a sale because he knows how much I love their bodysuits and their shapewear and their clothing. Quite frankly, it's so comfortable, so soft, fits the body, doesn't move around, everything that you want in undergarments and clothing. Well, now they make it for men, and he's obsessed with this underwear.
Yeah, I just got 2 pair. You see them right here. I'll report next week. I'm super excited. Cutter tells me they're amazing. And listen, the underwear
doesn't like anything.
He doesn't like anything. He barely likes us. But
Yep.
the underwear that I wear now, I feel like when I'm in the gym, they're always bunching up. And then after after a month, sometimes they look like they're 3 years old.
Yeah, and they get like saggy. They look almost like like you're like a sad old man.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but now with the Skims, it's like he's like back to like his baseball butt when he's like walking
Ooh.
around. I'm like into him again.
Yeah,
Okay?
you want a baseball butt? Skims.
That's right. So shop Skims Men's at skims.com and let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Okay?
Okay.
But yeah, and then I would maybe like buy out, like, pay off my house or buy a vacation house, maybe money for the kids, and then invest the rest of it.
So your vacation house, would you
Where?
where? But also, would you Airbnb it, or would it be a strict vacation house?
No, I don't want anyone in my.
That's correct.
No one's sleeping in my bed. anywhere.
Nobody. I can't.
No.
I could never.
I got a couple of friends who do that, and like did nothing like major, like they're not, no one's like a landlord or anything like that. But like someone's got a house that they rent out. And
Yeah.
I would never get a house until I can afford it. That it's just my house.
Yeah,
I would not
I'm
be
so
comfortable with it.
particular about energy in my space. I'm such a weirdo about that. And like, yeah, I
And,
don't know.
and just having to deal with like again, those 2 buddies I have who both have Airbnbs, where it's like I'll be out with them at midnight one night, and they'll get a text like, "Hey," like something really stupid, like, "Hey, it's cold."
Yeah,
and he'll be like,
yeah.
"What the fuck? Turn the heat on."
Yeah,
Yeah, the fridge stopped working. Or
Yeah,
you're
like
just like fuck. Yeah,
And I'm sure you could hire someone to handle that for you and all that. But like, if it's my house, I want it to be my house. I'm not trying to own a bunch of property for no fucking reason.
Same.
yeah, I couldn't chill ever if I knew that there were strangers in my apartment. So like if we were doing
No.
this pod right now and there were 3 strangers in my apartment, I'd be pretending to be here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and I would just be like, oh my god, what are they shitting right? Like, what are they? Are they going through my drawers?
Standing on my toilet.
Yeah. On Airbnb, it's like no Dominicans. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, listen, it's not a racist
Tired of
thing.
the footprints on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So what? Well, one thing listen, and I know people are. This is probably gonna get people so angry, but I'm just gonna say it. There's all that stuff that people always talk about of like, why, like if Elon Musk would just give his money to poor people, there'd be no more poor people. It's like, no. There's always going to be poor people because of what we just talked about. It's like people win the lotto and they're fucking poor 3 years later. But you think giving people like check for 60 grand one time, all of a sudden they're going to be all right forever? It's like, that's not how it works. But, and one of the things so you have a show, and I loved the show. I hate saying I hate saying le. It's called Les Mascots, and I hate saying le. It freezes my brain every time. Yeah, le.
Have like I like on the show we kind of refer to it in shorthand as mascots,
Right.
But I love Les Mascots. I'm with you where I'm always like I kind of just say mascots.
Yeah.
But like I love that being the title, but I shorten it, and I think
sure.
I'm happy that people do. Like I remember we interviewed Rob McElhenney a while ago. And he was talking about, and it wasn't like anything he did intentional. He was just like, I'm making the most annoying show names of all time. Like he was there promoting Mythic Quest, which has a longer name, but we all just call it Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's like, and then I also do It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is like just such a mouthful. And he was like, I like how other people shorten it on their own though. And I kind of feel the same about
I get
Les
that.
Mascots.
See, I hate like my favorite clothing store in New York is KITH. I won't say
Nope.
it.
Nope. Don't say it.
I won't say
Nope. Heebie-jeebies down the spine. The
Why
second you-
wouldn't you say it?
it. Say it, James.
Nope, you can say
KITH.
Oh, I know the store.
How do you say the name?
Kith.
I'd rather walk in on you shitting than hear you say that word again. It's so
Yeah.
it's like
If
it's like the
if
most
Cutter
vulnerable.
says that word, I'm like, you are not getting anything for like at least.
I
a
feel
month.
it in my spine when people say that word.
Same.
I'm like, oh, I
Can-
just hate.
Can I make it so much worse for you? Do you know
Please.
about their new thing?
No.
That they just made in New York. I literally just saw it yesterday. It's the KITH lounge or something like that.
Oh, this is the Air One type.
With an
I
Air
read
One.
about this.
Yeah.
Wait, you tell them about
it's
what it is.
it's a
It's a private club, right?
private club with an Air One and Padel, and it's 36. Well, it's 36 grand initiation fee.
Is it Air One or is it just the smoothie bar?
I believe it's just a smoothie
Fuck
bar,
that.
but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I need the full
and
Air
a
One. I need the
wellness
hot bar.
club.
Yeah. But anyway, my point was, right, because like your show is about the mascots in Times Square. It's about
Yes.
the Elmo and the Cookie Monster. What I think would be the best is to do a follow-up documentary on the people who actually pay the mascots to take photos with them. And by the way, that brings me back to what I was saying, which is there will always be poor people.
Yeah.
Because anybody who is taking their kids to Times Square and taking photos with filthy Elmo, they're
Talk
drunk.
about Stinky.
Yeah.
they smell, they're filthy, dirty. It's so disgusting, and people are like, "Hey, son, go take." Like those people will always
Is
just
it
be
on?
like,
Is it on donation or do they give you a price?
well, "This has been going on for 15 years, right?"
Oh, it's
the Elmo Cookie Monster.
I would guess longer. It's been going on as long as I've known of New York City.
When see, for me growing up, that was not a thing.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay,
that
so-
came in later. There were like the Spider-Mans and the
Oh,
fucking. That
really?
was never in time. It was whores in time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're all whores. Yeah, it was a bunch
peep
of
shows.
It was a bunch of really bad. Who's the woman? Not Captain America. Who's the woman?
Black Widow?
No.
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. Yeah, it was a bunch of bad Wonder Women. Yeah, it was just a bunch of whores. And the Times Square was like, I remember as a kid being
good
like,
old days.
you don't go through Times Square.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Like,
honestly,
it was-
I totally forget that. That was all
Well,
like
then
Giuliani,
like
right?
Disney bought it, basically.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah,
like M&M store.
Margaritaville,
Reese's, yeah, have a
yeah.
10-pound Reese's cup. It's like get fat and take pictures with like.
So
these-
do they hold out their hands and say like $10, $20, or did they just hold out their hands and you give what you got?
I believe it's a give what you got situation. We didn't really interact with them too much. They because also first of all, I think very stupidly because we wrote the show and in the writing of the show we had a boss. And so we just assumed they all had a boss when we showed up. They don't. They have no boss.
All independent contractors.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there a documentary on the ones that do it on like Hollywood Boulevard or something?
I'm sure there is that's with the stars.
Spider-Man's, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
in front of the Chinese theater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Think about how much in the last 20 years has been spent on those people for them to still stay there. Not only stay there, but they fight for territory.
That they do fight for territory.
So they got to be making how much
Were they smoking weed in a car before they walked out to the in that photo?
This is sick.
That's it. Confessions of a Superhero.
This is
that's
a
an awesome that's an awesome photo.
That's an awesome photo and an awesome name. I'm definitely gonna watch. I actually never watch documentaries, and I'm definitely.
It's a good one. It's wild.
But they also they like. I don't really know what their game is because they don't hassle you. Again, as far as we didn't interact a ton, and I went in with the preconceived notion that they were gonna hate us. That like we were on their turf, we're stealing their money, all that stuff. They couldn't have cared less about us.
Well, they've been kind of put in their place because in the beginning, when they first came to Times Square, they were just running around doing whatever they wanted, and then they got put into a space.
Oh.
They got made to like, you have to stay here. You can't do this. You can't do that because it used to be just the fucking wild, wild west.
Okay.
When they first rolled up, and then it caused a lot of problems.
One of the days we were filming, a cop came up to me and he was like, "Hey, just so you know, if you're gonna take money, you got to be inside this tape." And I was like, "Oh no, we're not taking money. We're doing a show." And actually, everyone in Times Square ended up loving it, and he loved the show, and they were all very helpful and stuff like that. But I didn't know what he meant by that. By like you had to be inside this red tape. So that makes sense.
In the beginning, it was just they could do whatever the fuck and it was like chaos. Like it was real, and they were fighting. There were tons of fights. Like I remember seeing videos of like Spider-Man fighting, like Elmo, and it was like this is not what Marvel thought, like or whatever. Like, there were all these like memes back in the day.
I got in a fight filming.
Really?
Yeah, it was, and the footage is in episode 1. It is.
Which part? I watched it.
It's the when Dustin is doing like an overlay voiceover where he's like, and then it led to a brawl.
Oh, okay.
It was I like got in a 3-point stance in front of Kong. Like just thinking
that was very funny.
We were gonna have fun,
Yeah.
and he wasn't interested, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
and then
for some reason he was doing a 3-point Ohio. Yeah.
And then
Very
the
funny.
director was like, he's like, I tried it another game with another guy, and I get in front of Batman, and I get into the 3-point stance again. And when you're in the Cookie Monster head, once you kind of bend down, you can't see anymore. So I was just in the 3-point stance, and I started getting pushed, and I was like, oh hell yeah, Batman's into it. So I started pushing him back a little bit. Then he pushed harder, and I pushed a little harder. And then next thing I know, I felt a cold. I had the helmet on, luckily, so like it absorbed basically 100% of the punch.
Yeah.
But I felt like the intent behind it, and so I kind of stepped back and took the helmet off, and it was just a homeless guy, head down, swinging, and I hadn't seen him step in between Batman.
And your cameraman or nobody's gonna help.
No,
I mean,
and then so I tried to walk away, and they're like, "He wants more. Go back." And I was like, "Yeah, he might. I fucking don't, dude. I want to fight a homeless guy in Times Square."
Oh
It's
my
for the art.
God.
Yeah.
For the shot.
What number employee were you at Barstool?
I was number 5.
Wow.
Which is a long time ago.
When was that?
That was like 20. I honestly, I don't even know technically when I became an employee, so to speak. But I started working there in 2010. I think the fall of 20.
gosh.
Wait, so I would have graduated college. Yeah, so in the fall of 2010, I started working there, and then I think I became full time, like an official employee. I honestly don't know when it was. I would guess a year or two later, but I'm not positive about that.
And what was your what do you think got you in the door there?
I have no idea. Because I probably shouldn't have.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't graduate college, and I didn't have this is all pre-podcast and stuff like that. So this is
And Jamie, I know what you're wondering. Yes, Rico and Nadu both graduated college with honors. With
Right
honors.
where my head was going. Thank you.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
What got you in the door? Like, how did you?
So it was
what?
pre-podcast. So what was Barstool?
It was just blog. So it was just we were just writers. And I had written, I had kept the blog that was not good, and I did not regularly keep it. And I kind of sent that, and then I was just like an intern. I did a million things. I actually I started as an intern, and then we had this thing called the Barstool Blackout Tour, which was this nationwide EDM show that was insane. Like it was crazy. It was 4 of us in a Chevy Silverado, and we had a trailer.
Dante.
And we had Dante.
Shout out Dante.
And we would drive around to all colleges across the country with just we would pull up, we would set up the show, and then we'd have this big concert. And I would be in a mascot costume actually, and I would dance on stage, and that was my full-time job at the time. And then it was blogging and podcasting and video, and it kind of just evolved.
Yeah.
But when I first started, I was just an intern.
Wow.
I think one day they're gonna make the Barstool movie, and I think it's gonna be really fucking good if they do it right.
They're working on the book right now.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Who would you want to play you in the movie?
Oh, I honestly got in the Barstool movie, I won't really be in that.
No, but if if they did, who do you want? It's like if you watch a Howard Stern movie, everybody's fucking in it. So who do you think?
God. Shia LaBeouf? I think Shia.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, Shia. But now you gotta have a big role.
Well, actually, I feel like Shia likes doing weird shit.
I
where
was
it's
gonna
like,
say Shia would be like, I've never dressed in a mascot.
Yeah, he's getting
I'm in.
beat up by bums in Times Square. He's like, this is what they did. This is
For
what
the
happened.
art.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. I like it.
I think honestly. Wait, what is this? What is this that they're?
oh, this is. I think it'll probably be.
Oh, this
the,
was you at the concert? No. Oh, no, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's so
whatsoever
funny.
in that. And here's Mr. Where's My Hug At, just begging for attention. And then there was a homeless guy who I guess was not thrilled with the idea of Henry lining
Was that
up
Red
in
Band?
a 3-point stance against him, which ended up leading to a backyard brawl.
His initial
Man, I
left
came here to,
really
you know,
connected.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
So are you guys one camera in Times Square? How many cameras you got going?
We had probably about 3 usually. 1 to 3, somewhere in between then. But it was really, really, really fun to shoot. In fact, while we were shooting, I was remembering you on KFC Radio talking about how you loved you didn't love acting, you loved the camaraderie on set of The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And I very much felt that on this, where I was like, I remember always thinking, I was like, this is exactly what Rob was talking about. Like, this is just fucking fun, hanging out with your friends and making shit.
That's actually the thought I got looking at this was how fun, any embarrassment or self-consciousness is out the window when you're with your friends and let's do this. You feel like kids again.
It was, that's a perfect way to
That's
put
so
it.
cool.
It was, and I've always been somewhat reserved. I'll get nuts if we got to get nuts, but I'm more or less a pretty quiet guy. And I was nervous about doing all this without being on set, so to speak. I've never acted. I've never done any of this, so I was like, this is going to be fucking awkward. Thank you.
Yeah. The Out of Order stuff is great too, man.
It's been
some of those skits are fucking great.
Thank you. Owen Roeder is the writer. Mikey Pavanelli, the director. They're fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're really, really, really talented kids, and I'm lucky they didn't have anyone else to ask.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, that like it was just so. And so like what I was saying was like I was introverted, not introverted because everyone else uses that, but
You're
just
not like attention seeking.
Yeah.
It's not like
And I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be fucking running around yelling in Times Square. And then the second we got out there, I was like, never mind, this is fun. This is a good time.
That's so great.
Even now, when I look back at like doing Tom's show, Bad Thoughts, I look back and I'm like, I like my brain is so torn between like I fucking hated it, but also so great. Like,
Really?
Because I just hate like. Listen, I'm very spoiled. I'm fucking 40 years old. I haven't worked in 20 years. But when I was, when I was 6 years old, I was fucking working.
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm like, I don't want someone to tell me like, I'll see you at 5 a.m. It's fucking, it makes my stomach turn. Like I'm like, this fucking sucks. And like, I remember showing up on set and it was still dark out and just being like, I would walk into the makeup trailer and Tom would be in there. And I'd be like, I fucking hate you.
Dude.
I was like, I fucking hate you. But we were having so much fun.
It's so funny you're saying that because like literally before I walked in here, I'm having a text about exactly that where we're supposed to do a scene tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And I'm like, guys, my flight lands at like 1. Could we push it? And like, it's got to be dusk. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's the word. It's such a fucking, and then like, I don't know if you saw Bad Thoughts, but I'm like sitting on a fucking man's lap. And just there were parts of it where I'm like, this is the fucking worst thing ever. And then there were parts where I was like, I can't believe this is a job.
But that's that's what I find so much fun about acting. Obviously, I'm like defer to you two on this, but the stress, and then once we get like I'm stressed. I've been more stressed in my life in the last year than I've ever been. I'm constantly stressed.
Yeah.
But then once we're doing it, I'm having so much fun. And I'm like, okay, this is what all the stress was for.
It's a ride.
Yeah.
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 Oh, thanks for bringing that up, guys.
Well, look, that's another way to take a poopy too.
Yeah.
That's another way.
Right. That's how when I was on a baseball team, that's how I used to do it.
You know what? The only thing that would make that so much better is if your feet didn't hit the ground. If
Yeah.
they were just like
Yeah.
Little raised toilet.
Like a barbershop, sitting on a phone book on his lap, taking a
Just
poop.
like a little.
Yeah, it was, but like, I mean, the just like the, elevator pitch of like Barstool of like, so I don't know if you know, but like, so Dave Portnoy started as like a newspaper and he would drive around delivering the newspaper to people.
Yeah.
And then like, he sold the company once.
Yes.
For hundreds of millions, whatever.
500 something, like 400 something, yeah.
Right, and then he sold it a second time.
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
The first
no,
time
no.
was to Turner.
First time was to Churnin.
Right.
Which I honestly I don't know what that price was. I would guess like a sub 20, but that's a total shot.
And it was for a piece of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then he sold it a second time for 500 million or
that was
crazy.
that was like Churnin, to Penn.
Yeah, to Penn, 550 million. And then Jamie, I don't know if you know the story, but Penn wanted to move on and they wanted to now work with ESPN, so they were going to sever ties from Barstool and they sold it back to him for $1.
So they took a $550 million loss?
Yeah.
We're laughing with you, Penn.
I know as much as the three of you do, or the two of you do sitting here. But as I understand it, yes, that's what happened.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. Yeah, so maybe it's true if big corporations did give their money away to people, everyone would be all right. Because 550 mil to be able to be like, we'll just write it off.
Yeah, right.
That is
wow.
But I mean, to Dave, like I love fucking Dave. I love Barstool, but just to be like, I wish there was a fucking camera on him, or he did an interview right after it was like, we're gonna give you the company back for $1.
Yes.
Like what that must have felt like.
If I know Dave, he was probably just very calm and like, okay. Like I don't think he would have gone
Really?
nuts. Again, of course I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would guess he was just like, word.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know Dave personally. I watch all the fucking pizza reviews. I listen to it, but I think there had to be some sense of that, like just I don't know what the feeling is, but I think it had to be a little more than just like, all right, like because that's. I mean,
he
imagine.
might have gone home and stood on his toilet that day.
Yeah, just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I think like. When it got sold to Penn, there were the people who were like, "Oh, now it's different," or this because you had to watch what you say and you couldn't be back. And now,
and those people were right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we like I was one of the people being like, they don't know what they're talking about. In retrospect, they were right. Like, but it wasn't a top down thing. It was like Penn never told us to act different. It was just you start acting different in a different environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Because how did it feel different?
It was just like, I don't just with being a, and I don't speak to how it was different in my head, but like I would think sometimes of like, well, this is a publicly traded company, so like if I fuck up, like I could ruin someone's retirement. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't an active thought. It wasn't something like I said to myself before I sat in front of a microphone, but like I would occasionally be reminded of it.
Yeah.
And then also just with gambling came so many regulations and regulators and different people checking in on different things. So you were just like, again, in my head, I would be like, I'll just do it the most basic way so it doesn't get flagged on anything.
Yeah.
And again, no one ever told me to do that. No one was ever like, hey, be more reserved or say different things. But it was just, I started acting different just because, like, you know, I act different when I'm at my grandparents' house versus my parents' house versus my house kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I think that I would imagine that affected everybody like it affected me a little bit.
That makes sense.
It was, I mean, what a thing to watch from the outside as just a fan of just, because I know, like, my feeling for Dave when they sold it back for $1, it was like, this is the great, like, how could it have been better?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, like, if you wrote the story, how could it have been better? Like, imagine if somebody came and was like, we want to buy your podcast for $500 million. And then they were like, hey,
Sold.
we want to, yeah.
Take it.
Yeah. We'll take half of $500 million. But, and then being like, hey, sorry, we got to give it back to you for I think there was because I remember Dave after it being like, I'm never selling this company again. So there had to be a feeling that he was, you know, like he wasn't like, well, how could I make this fucking happen again? Like he was like, I got my thing back.
I
there
think
had to be some.
He kind of had a similar, I think he had a similar thing where he's just like, I'm sick of dealing with regulators and stuff like that. And Barstool beforehand, we never had to do that. You never had to after. I obviously understand why there are regulators involved in gambling, but you know, when you're so used to, I mean, he's been doing this 25 years, maybe something like that. Like you're so used to being like, I don't have anyone to check in with. This is my company. I'm my own person. I'm going to do it. I think that probably wears thin eventually.
And that was kind of the culture and like what made Barstool.
Absolutely.
Was like, you know, the not rogueness, but the just kind of, we are who we are, and this is how we do.
We don't report to anybody. That really was. That's a great observation. It was the pirate ship, is what we called it, where it was. Yeah. And the goal is, of course, always to sell something like that.
Of course.
But then when you sell a pirate ship to a museum, like they're gonna decorate a little differently. They're gonna say things on this pirate ship go a little differently. And again, Penn didn't, but I think we all just kind of.
Yeah.
Again, not we all. Me. I'm sorry. I want to speak for me.
No. Yeah. For sure.
But even like. Dave pays a lot of money to like hire security, and then after Rico and Nadu got into the fight, he's like, "Why do I pay security?" It's always like it's like nobody reports to anybody, and then like the next day, like Dave kind of reams somebody out, and the next day it's like it's all right, like you know, which is it's just the best.
It's kind of like there is a part of Barstool that I feel like is a very healthy lifestyle where it's like it doesn't matter, like what you say, what you do, like obviously it matters, and it really matters. But it also doesn't. Like tomorrow, like you still got to go to work. Whatever happened today, you still got to show up to work tomorrow. And I think we all kind of do a good job at handling that. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends who depends who you talk to.
Right.
But,
yeah.
But it's a very, very fun environment that he's created. That this show. This is actually the biggest testament I can give to Dave and Barstool. Is like this is a big production. This is hard to do. We didn't clear it with anybody. You know what I mean? Like, no one looked at the script. No one looked at the first episode before we posted it. And you could make the argument that, like, some people might like that. But if you're looking for creative freedom, we couldn't possibly have more. Like, it is.
It's usually the breeding ground for great things.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
Hopefully.
When you let people just explore.
Yeah.
And even if you fall flat on your face, you discover things through those moments. When there's restrictions, you can't grow.
Right. Where it's just like he gives us that freedom very much.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he gives it. It's just like he doesn't care.
It's just the environment.
Yeah.
You get those aha moments when you're getting punched in the head by a homeless guy in Times Square.
Yeah, he'll never.
Well, listen, we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
that was fucking
so
again flies, but man, you make time fly by. I don't know how you do it. 48 minutes. I thought we were in here for 20 minutes. Listen, Feitelberg, so Les Mascots.
Les Mascots.
Mascots. Yeah, it's tough for me. My brain just stopped. Out of order. The sketches are fantastic. KFC Radio.
Yeah.
What else?
That's it. That's the whole gamut right there. But Les Mascots, KFC Radio. Les Mascots, people really like it. So I hope you like it too. But give it a shot. I think people will. It's just fun. It's not a show that's trying to do anything other than make you laugh and have fun.
We need more of those things.
You could also find them tomorrow in Times Square at sunrise. If you're looking
really
for
can.
them. Yeah. The glory of, So wait, quick question before you go. Did you guys pay any like extras or hire any extras or they were all...
No, and maybe that's another thing about like why I think it's so cool is because like I've just been so lucky with, or we've all been so lucky with all our friends who were like, no, we want to help. Like Ari Shafir plays my brother, never asked for a dime. Ben Bailey, Cash Cab, he's in it, never asked for a dime. Abella Danger, I don't know if you know who that is. She's in the show. There's like a lot of people in the show who definitely deserve money for their time, and they're like, no, we just want to be a part of it.
And what about the people like in Times Square, like when you're doing shit in Times Square and there's people walking by, you just fuck it?
Yeah, so we checked out the law on that. As long as people aren't speaking into the to the camera.
Okay.
Like if you're in public,
they're allowed to hit you.
Yeah.
Right. Throw feces at you, just as long as they don't talk into the camera.
Then they're good.
Yeah, the fucking stupid rules of show business. All right, man. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you so
on.
much. This is a
Thank
real
you.
honor. Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.